One carved word on a tree. No bodies, no bones, no distress signal. Just 119 people who simply ceased to exist. It's July 1587. Sir Walter Raleigh has made a calculated bet. He sunk a fortune into planting an English settlement on the Carolina coast, a foothold in the New World that could anchor Britain's colonial ambitions for the next century. He doesn't know it yet, but this colony will become the most famous disappearance in American history. The settlement sits on Roanoke Island, a narrow strip of land off present-day North Carolina. Governor Ralph Lane commands about 107 colonists, soldiers, craftsmen, a few families. They arrive expecting paradise. What they find is a swamp. Disease spreads fast. Food runs low. By spring 1586, Lane makes a hard choice: abandon the colony and sail home to England. But Raleigh doesn't quit. He's already spent too much. In 1587, he funds a second attempt. This time, he sends families, women, children, not just soldiers. Governor John White leads 119 colonists back to the same island. They arrive in August. White's daughter gives birth to a granddaughter, Virginia Dare, the first English child born in the New World, a sign of permanence, of faith in the venture. By August 22, supplies are already critical. The supply ship hasn't arrived. White faces a brutal calculation: stay and starve or sail back to England to arrange a resupply mission. He decides to leave. He tells the colonists he'll return within 1 year. He leaves his daughter, his granddaughter, and 116 others behind. He doesn't know, none of them know, that he won't see them again for 3 years. England descends into chaos. Spain's Armada attacks. The nation mobilizes every ship for defense. Raleigh can't spare vessels for a rescue mission. White waits. Months pass. A year passes. He's powerless, one man watching his family disappear into a strategic void he can't control. August 1590, 3 years later, White finally returns. He sails up to Roanoke Island expecting to find his daughter, his granddaughter, the 117 others. What he finds instead is silence. The fort is overgrown, palisades torn down, houses dismantled, not destroyed, carefully taken apart. No bodies, no graves, no sign of violence. Then White spots it, a tree near the entrance to the fort. Carved into the bark, no cross beside it, which was their agreed signal of distress, are 4 letters: Croatoan, the name of a nearby Native American group, the name of an island to the south, a message, or a clue, or a final word. White has no way to know which. White proposes an expedition to Croatoan Island immediately. His crew refuses. A hurricane's brewing. Supplies are low. They've already lost 3 years. The calculus of risk says, leave now or lose the ship. White, outvoted, sails back to England. He never returns. He dies in 1593, carrying the answer with him to the grave. Historians have spent 4 centuries constructing theories. Maybe they moved to Croatoan Island voluntarily, assimilating with the Croatoan people. Some claim they migrated inland, merging with the Hatteras tribe. Others argue they were killed in a conflict with local tribes. A few insist they starved. Each theory costs the other's credibility. In 1937, archaeologists found what they thought was proof: a fort-like structure on Croatoan Island. Excitement rippled through academia. Then doubt crept in. The structure was too old or too recent. The dating was ambiguous. No artifacts, no bones, no English coins or tools that definitively proved colonists lived there. DNA studies in recent decades offered another angle. Researchers tested descendants of Native American tribes in North Carolina, looking for English ancestry markers. Some results suggested possible intermarriage, but the evidence is fragmentary. DNA degrades. Genealogies blur across 400 years. Nothing definitively closes the loop. The truth is this: we're left with a single word carved on a tree: Croatoan. It's either a destination, a tribe's name, or a final message we've misread for 430 years. White faced a choice: chase a hurricane-bound rescue mission, or preserve his ship and crew. He chose survival. That decision sealed the mystery. The Roanoke Colony vanished not with a bang, but with a word. No bones to exhume. No final letter explaining what happened. Just 119 people who made calculated decisions under pressure to leave, to stay, to carve a message into bark, and then stepped out of history entirely. Every theory sounds plausible until you examine it closely. Every clue dissolves into ambiguity. And that's what makes Roanoke so compelling. It's not a riddle with a hidden answer. It's a story where the answer was erased the moment the last colonist disappeared into the Carolina wilderness. Subscribe. Every week we track down the lost treasures and unsolved mysteries that history forgot to explain.